Welcome back. Water and boating safety is a top priority after 2 bodies were pulled out of Lake Waterway over the weekend.
We are joined today by DNR spokesperson Charlotte McKee to review some of the safety tips that we all need to keep in mind to stay safe on our beautiful waterways, especially as the temperatures start to get warmer. Charlotte, thank you so much for being with us. We were just talking about how quickly the weather can change in South Carolina, how quickly water conditions can change. And I was going over the website preparing for the interview today, and you guys talked about a float plan, which makes so much sense, but I'm not sure a lot of people think about that before they go out.
I mean, with the weather, being warmer this weekend, people are going to be out enjoying the water, and so we want to make sure that they know all of the resources. And so one of the things is weather and water can change rapidly, so make sure that you are filing a float plan. We have a float plan available on our website, and that's letting somebody know where you're going, how long you plan to be there, when you plan to return, and so that's some of the resources we offer, as well as boating education. This is huge. So we offer free in-person boating education courses. You can go online to our website, www.dnr.sc.gov, and you can see a list of these free courses. We also offer an online course for a small fee, and this is really going to teach the fundamentals of boating safety.
Well, no, sorry, just going off of that, talk a little bit about the importance of, even if you or your kids know how to swim, if you're on a boat, you never know. Even if you're just sitting there, you need to have a life jacket present. Just talk to us a little bit about the importance of
We cannot stress life jackets enough. So what we want to say is boating, you want to make sure you have all of your safety equipment, and one of those is a life jacket. You want to have a properly fitted Coast Guard approved life jacket for everyone on board. And so not just for motorized boats, we're talking about kayaks, paddleboards, canoes, making sure not only that you have a properly fitted life jacket, but it's readily accessible. Can you get to it quickly? Because we don't always know when danger may strike. Beyond that, we want to make sure that you have a fire extinguisher. Is it in serviceable condition, meaning is it green? Another one, you have to have a Type 4 throwable device. That is a square throw cushion you can throw to somebody in the water who is in distress. Navigation lights. This is a thing people don't think of until it's dark, but you have to have navigation lights from sunset to sunrise. So you want to make sure that those lights are working before it's dark. And then this one, we stress over and over, never operate a boat under the influence of drugs or intoxicated. And so make sure you're designating a sober skipper before you go out on the water.
That's great tips and great advice. Also out on the water, Charlotte, I think a lot of people, I don't know if they just take for granted or underestimate what can be underneath. I mean, all sorts of things that, if you do end up in the water, I mean, even with boats, hitting stumps that may be in the water, or, something that can lead to another accident. I mean, you just have to be mindful of that when you go out and take those safety precautions.
There can be hazards, and so knowing the waterway and navigating safely, and that's again where we stress that boater education course, knowing how to read marker buoys where there are danger zones, and understanding that is extremely important. And so we want people to visit our website and see all of those resources available. And this summer we're going to be bringing boating safety tips every week on our website, and so again we encourage the public to follow us at SCDNR on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
That's great.
What can people do, maybe parents with their kids? They know how to swim, but just important to remind them of the safety tips. If they're walking by the water, if they're on the boat, what can parents really kind of portray to their kids?
So be mindful. You always need to be alert when you're around water. We cannot take any moment for granted, and making sure, a lot of times people say if you're not a strong swimmer, having a life jacket. Well, that's extremely important, but even strong swimmers can find themselves in danger or have a panic moment. So making sure that you're alert, you're paying attention, and that you have the proper safety equipment, because that can really save lives.
Well, I want to emphasize all of this information is on the DNR website. As you all put out safety information, we'll make sure to share that information as well, so that it's just top of mind as everybody goes out to enjoy the waterways over the summer. And I know sometimes people go out on the water to unplug and kind of wind down, but it's a good idea to take a cell phone as well.
Absolutely. And one thing I always stress too, have a cell phone, but also maybe keep it in a plastic Ziploc bag. How quickly on the water can we end up in a situation where our cell phone maybe goes overboard and now you don't have communication? So making sure you take a couple of those little extra safety tips.
Outstanding, Charlotte. Thank you so much, and thank you for all that you and the team at DNR do.
Appreciate it.
All right.